Man, here it is, finally gonna ride this thing, a 2024 CF Moto 450 SS. Got the winglets on it, Brembo brakes. Stay with me, you don't want to miss this. The first thing you'll notice is this beautiful TFT display, and I mean, it's done right. It looks almost like a little Apple smartphone, but it is super cool. Let's get this thing started. This bike actually has a slip-on it. Turn those emergency flashers off. Your emergency flasher button's there, horn there, blinkers, and we'll go through some of this stuff. This is a pretty awesome bike. It come on the market, and make sure I'm getting all this. A huge thank you to Plano Kawasaki Suzuki that allows me to ride this stuff. Plano Kawasaki Suzuki, Aprilia, Moto Guzzi, Vespa. Man, I tell you what, I'm excited to ride this. This is a 450 bike, and they're like, I think they're $5,700, $5,800 plus freight and prep. No, this is actually a used bike, and it's got, I think it's got right at 1,000 miles on it. Let's take this thing out and give it a, and they've got a super deal on this bike. I'll tell you about it here in a minute, but let's talk about what it has to offer. This is like a entry-level bike. Turn those blinkers on. Everything is really, really high quality. As far as on your gauges here, it's very, very seeable. And we'll switch through some of this stuff. But let's take a ride here. It does have a gear indicator. Oh man, that's pretty cool. This thing's got like 40, I think they got 48 horsepower. The first thing that I can tell you is this bike definitely sounds good. And it's got a slip-on it. The transmission, the first thing I can tell you, is very slick. I mean, it feels like you're riding a $15,000 bike. It does have Brembo brakes on it, on the front. It's got a single 320 millimeter rotor. And so we'll go up here and take a left. I'll go through some of the different screen displays when we get stopped up here. Matter of fact, we don't have to stop. Let's just start going through them in case we catch. Boy, they're coming out. Man, this thing sounds cool. This is cool. So we'll hit the entertainment button right there, and it will take us to, also it's Bluetooth connected, and CF MOTO has a app that you can connect to this. It's got some pretty cool settings on it. But you've got, let's go down here, and it's pretty simple. So you press the entertainment button. Please open CF MOTO app for navigation. It'll do navigation in there. It'll do music. You can see what your music is, miles, warning, service. It's got all that stuff in it. Let's switch back out of that. Let's see. Oh, it's got your water temperature on there. Miles till empty. That's pretty cool. Got a fuel gauge in the bottom right, a temperature gauge in the bottom left. Let's give this thing a goose. Oh yeah, man, this is fun. Now I'll be honest with you, this is a 47 horsepower bike. It makes 28 foot-pounds of torque. There, if you forget to switch back, it'll switch back for you. The red line on it is 10,000 RPM, and there's your fuel gauge and your temperature gauge. You can see it is water cooled. It is a 370-pound motorcycle, so it's pretty light. If I'm not mistaken, it's got a 31-inch seat height, and somebody can leave a comment and correct me if I'm wrong. These CF Moto bikes do come with a 2-year factory warranty, and this is a 24 model, and it is used. But I would almost bet you that this bike is still under warranty. So we'll sit here for a second and look at some of this stuff. Your horns here on the bottom left. Of course, to turn your turn signals on, you push left, push right. You can see it up there. Or to cancel, you push in. But man, these are pretty cool bikes. I will say it's got like this faux, I call it faux carbon fiber look. And I'm going to get off the bike down here and show you some more about it. It does have cables for a throttle. It is adjustable. Oh, cool. It's got adjusters right there for your brake lever and your clutch. It does have ABS front and rear. And it does have Brembo brakes on it. It has one single rotor up front. Man, I feel like I'm on a little MotoGP bike. This thing looks super cool, man. From the front, it's a good looking bike. These 450cc bikes are starting to really get popular with people just starting to ride, because it's nothing that'll kill you in the torque department. If you were to drop that clutch, it would just kill it. It doesn't have so much torque, it'll wheelie on you. We'll push, I hit the four-way flasher. Everything is really laid out and really simple. But that's the first thing that comes to mind. I love this faux, I call it faux carbon fiber. I don't think it's real carbon fiber, but somebody can leave a comment and tell me if I'm wrong. These mirrors are metal right here. That's what I bolted clamped my 360 camera onto. I sure hope that this light is going to pick up the weight of this bike. You would think it does. Maybe we're going to get it. Nope, it ain't going to do it. We may have to run this. There we go. There we go. A car pulled up behind me, which you can see in the mirrors. The mirrors are super clear. Man, this thing. Oh, Lexus. No, Tesla. Those Teslas are like unguided missiles. What I call an unguided missile is a mom or a soccer mom or a wife. And I know I'm going to get beat down in the comments over this. Turn that blinker off. I pushed it into cancel. I call them unguided missiles because there's usually, if there's anything going on in the traffic with them that's kind of weird, you usually got a mom in there putting on their makeup with their front sunshade down, and they're looking in the mirror. They're not looking at the road. But I mean, that's just me. I'm crazy like that. But man, this thing handles good. It's got 17-inch front wheel, 17-inch back wheel, and I believe it's 110 millimeters wide, the front tire, which is a little bit smaller. The next biggest bike, man, that's cool. Let's turn this thing around. I'll take you to the parking lot. The mirrors are super stable. Boy, I tell you what, you couldn't act too ugly with this thing because you can hear it. But let's give this thing a goose here. Oh yeah. That's second gear, 65 mile an hour. This thing will scoot. This thing will scoot. So the little winglets on the front of it are super cool. And I'll show you those in a minute. But let's go up here and take this thing. I call it the twisties, but this ain't the twisties. It's a road twisties. But man, super comfortable. My feet are right under my hips. Super comfortable. I've had 2 hips replaced, and it's not binding my legs. It's not up so high that it hurts. This also has 28, I think it's 24 or 28 foot-pounds of torque. And this is like in the European market. This is what you would, I think this would be the Tier 2 license. I think you got to start out on a 0 to 200cc. Somebody leave a comment that lives in Germany or in Europe and let me know what the tier driver's license system is. We got the arrow. That guy looks like Vanilla Ice. a guy, it looks like Vanilla Ice on drugs. Do you see how thin he was? I tell you what, I had my battle with drugs about 15, 18 years ago, and it ain't fun. But, so I'm no better than anybody else, but it's pretty easy to spot them. Of course, just because the guy's thin don't mean he's on drugs. That was just a, oh, what do you call it? Anyways, he didn't look like he was on drugs because he wasn't dancing all over the intersection, but we're going to pull over in the parking lot up here. I'm going to walk you around it. 28 foot-pounds of torque, 47 horsepower. But I will say one thing, that display is super clear and super cool. Look at it. And I'm sure at night you can change it to, here we go. Fixing to have a problem with a bike rider. Bless her heart. Bless my heart if you hit her. Woo, that'd be an open checkbook. Anyways, thank you, Lord. Got me out of that deal. We're going to pull over up here, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. We're about 30 seconds away. Now, if I had a brand new Lexus, that thing had a paper plate on it, I'd be danged if I'd be sitting in a parking lot. I'd be out driving that thing. But man, I tell you what, I hope y'all are liking these first rides. This is actually a used bike, and it is for sale at Plano Kawasaki. And this bike, I believe, brand new is $5,700. It's got 1,000 miles on it. Let me get off and I'll show it to you. Look at this. I want to show you the coolest feature, I think, is these winglets. Look at this. It's got that faux carbon fiber look. Maybe it is carbon. This is a 450 SS. It does have the Brembo brakes on it. Let me make sure I'm getting that in there. And believe it or not, I think that's a steel braided line. It does have ABS front and rear, and it's constantly calculating. It has a trellis frame, and you should be seeing that graphic here in the video, but look at that little slip-on muffler. Listen. Pretty cool stuff, man. Also, too, this has a tail tidy, and it's LED. Let's turn that blinker on, see what it looks like. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that rear tail light. How cool that is. Look at that. That's next level, man. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But anyways, let's turn the flashers on. Let's go to high beam. You see your high beam indicator on the TFT. You push this forward. There's those adjusters I told you about for the clutch lever, and your brake lever has a adjuster. Got the blinkers in the mirror. This is totally LED, but look at the front of this thing, man. And I've got it on, I've got the high beams on, but look at this. Got the gold upside down forks. This bike is a 2024 450 SS. It's got 1,190, probably 98 miles on it now. It's $49.91. And if you'll mention this video when you go to look at it, they'll give you a $300 discount. Talk to Mike Cannon or AJ. But look at this, man. That's pretty cool. Real cool. Faux carbon fiber here. Sliders here. Yeah, that's like a slider. I guess it comes with it. But this is the all black one. They make one that's white. I think white and green. But they don't have one of those up there used. But it's a very low mileage bike. I'm sure it's probably under extended warranty. Call to verify that, because it is a 24, and it's, I believe, factory. They're 2-year warranties. Lockable gas cap. All the finishes are pretty high quality. I would say actually maybe the Kawasaki Ninja 500, it does look a little bit better, but they're using evidently these are mirrors. Used to be the mirror plugs, and now they've just put a plug in it. So there's some stuff, but I mean, that does not look bad. But these are really heavy, and I want to say they're at least aluminum or metal. You can adjust those mirrors. But also too, on the shifter, you can make a GP shift. It's already set up for that. If you want to switch this, make sure I'm getting that, switch that over to there, it would be GP shift. Instead of 1 down, 5 up, it'd be 1 up, 5 down. That's what a lot of the club racers do. But man, this bike's like brand new. 1100, what was it? 1192 miles, 1100, let's just say 1200 miles on it now, basically. I'm glad y'all are watching these videos. Hey man, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like this. If you get something out of it, make sure you share it with somebody. If you've got any questions, I always answer all my comments, and I've answered thousands of comments. The channel just hit the 5,000 subscriber mark, and we started in October. I think it was October we got monetized. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And man, I love y'all so much. Thank you for everything y'all do as viewers. And we'll catch you on the next one.